Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple from the Golden Bachelorette continue to live a jet-setting lifestyle together 4 months after their finale aired, but they have yet to commit to finding a place to live together. Joan and Chock met after appearing on season 1 of the Golden Bachelorette, where they got engaged. They were the first couple on the inaugural Golden Bachelorette, and they've shown people of all ages that it's never too late to find the right person. One of the most difficult decisions for Joan and Chock has been where to settle. Joan is originally from Maryland, while Chock is from Wichita, and both have indicated a desire to relocate to New York City. They've been flying over the world vacationing together, taking care of business obligations, and integrating themselves into each other's life, but they'll soon have to take the plunge and move in together. I've been doing some study, and the more I think about it, the more I believe Joan and Chock should embrace the leisurely life and relocate to Wichita. Everyone understands that a large metropolis like New York will be significantly more expensive than other regions of the country. According to U.S. News and World Report, NYC is the 5th most expensive city in the United States. The real estate and cost of living in New York are expensive, and while Joan and Chock both do well for themselves and have further monetized their brands since becoming prominent personalities, the expense of living in NYC remains a barrier they must overcome. According to Realtor.com, Joan and Chock could easily locate a spacious new home in Wichita for less than $400,000. Chock currently owns a beautiful Wichita home, but if he and Joan decide to buy something together for a fresh start, Wichita would be a better option. Of course, it would be a significant sacrifice for Joan, who has a settled life on the East Coast. If Joan and Chock decide to bite the bullet and acquire a residence in NYC, they can begin their life together in a new place, which can be advantageous for couples, rather than moving into someone else's existing home in their city. But I'm not sure Chock will want to abandon his Wichita life for the big city lifestyle. Chock was born and raised in Wichita, where he also owns a business. It would be a monumental task for them to start afresh in New York. Since Joan picked Chock, they've been vocal about their joy for their futures, but they've also recognized their difficulties, like as determining where to live. They've always mentioned New York City as a dream destination, but Chock's connection to Wichita is also a factor. There hasn't been much discussion about setting in Joan's hometown of Rockville, Maryland, which is close to Washington, D.C. Perhaps Joan has less roots in Maryland than Chock does in Wichita? I'm not sure if NYC is the ideal place for Chock and Joan. Especially at their ages, the large metropolis may be too much for them. They should adopt a gentler pace in the Midwest and begin their lives together in Wichita. Joan has already met several of Chock's friends, and he has been busy giving her the Wichita experience every time she comes. I can't help but believe Wichita looks like a better place for Joan and Chock to spend their golden years, and we're happy for them. 4 months have passed since the finale of the first season of the Golden Bachelorette aired, and Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple continue to captivate fans with their vibrant romance and whirlwind lifestyle. As the first couple to emerge from the groundbreaking spin-off of the Bachelor franchise, Joan and Chock have become symbols of late-in-life love, proving to millions that it is never too late to find the right person. While their connection was palpable on the show, it has only deepened in the months since filming ended. Yet, despite their obvious bond and growing love story, one pressing question continues to loom over them: where will they ultimately choose to settle down together? Joan, a widowed school administrator and mother of 4 from Rockville, Maryland, and Chock, a divorced entrepreneur and grandfather from Wichita, Kansas, have spent the last few months living out of suitcases and hopping from city to city, documenting their adventures for their steadily growing social media audience. From romantic gondola rides in Venice to vineyard hopping in Napa Valley, their Instagram reels are full of sunsets, wine tastings, and beaming selfies. They've managed to blend their post-show fame with a genuine zest for life, becoming unlikely influencers in the travel and lifestyle space. Still, underneath all the glitz and glamour, the reality of cohabitation, and the decisions that come with it, continues to weigh heavily. Their commitment to one another is unquestionable. Since the moment Joan handed Chock her final rose and accepted his heartfelt proposal, the pair have leaned into their relationship with enthusiasm and authenticity. But love alone doesn't determine where a couple lives. With both Joan and Chock having strong ties to their respective hometowns, the challenge of choosing a new place to call home has become increasingly complex. Joan's roots in Maryland run deep. Her children and grandchildren live nearby, and she has built a full and independent life on the East Coast. Rockville offers the comfort of familiarity, friends she's known for decades, community connections, and the rich, layered history of a place that has witnessed her greatest joys and deepest sorrows. Chock, by contrast, is deeply embedded in the community of Wichita. As the owner of a long-standing local business, his professional life is still active and grounded in Kansas. His friends, his routines, even his morning coffee spot, all are part of the Wichita rhythm that has shaped his post-divorce resurgence. Chock has lived in the same ranch-style home for nearly 2 decades, a place filled with memorabilia, family photos, and the quiet peace of prairie living. Though he's open to change, the idea of uprooting everything for the hustle of a big city gives him understandable pause. New York City has always hovered in the background of their conversations. When the cameras stopped rolling and the rose petals settled, both Joan and Chock admitted they were curious about starting fresh in a place neither of them had previously called home. The allure of Manhattan, its culture, energy, and diversity, was undeniable. They imagined lazy Sunday mornings in Central Park, Broadway nights, and bustling cafes. Joan, in particular, saw NYC as a place where she could reinvent herself yet again, a second act with style and sophistication. But dreams often come with a price tag. According to U.S. News and World Report, New York City remains one of the top 5 most expensive cities in the United States. With skyrocketing real estate prices, a high cost of living, and the ever-present pulse of urban life, it's not a decision to be taken lightly. While both Joan and Chock have secured a healthy stream of income through brand sponsorships, appearances, and a shared lifestyle blog that has quickly gained traction, the financial burden of NYC living would require significant adjustments. Estimates show that a 1-bedroom apartment in a desirable Manhattan neighborhood can easily exceed $1 million to purchase or cost $5,000 or more per month to rent. For a couple entering their golden years, with an eye on legacy, retirement, and long-term comfort, this is a factor that must be carefully weighed. While living in New York might fulfill a fantasy, it could also create strain in ways they aren't fully prepared for. Chock's home in Wichita, on the other hand, offers spacious tranquility and unmatched affordability. The median home price in Wichita is under $300,000, and properties with ample square footage, privacy, and charm are readily available. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.